Bison Transport is proudly celebrating their 50th anniversary. It's my pleasure to take you on a walk through our history and help you understand where we came from and where we're going. In 1969, Duncan Jessamine, a young lad of 32 years who had grown up in his father's trucking company called Jessamine Brothers Cartage, decided his entrepreneurial zeal had to go find a place of its own. Bison Transport started off in a single office with a single terminal where everyone knew everyone. As you can imagine, in 1991, with only 18 tractors and 35 employees, you better be able to recite everyone's birthday. The very first truck looked nothing like what our trucks do today. It included a scissor lift and was used in construction. There was also a deck truck, and there was sort of this floundering around as to what we were going to be. A couple years later, RCO Transport was purchased, and the true foundation of Bison Transport was established as a company that hauled newsprint from the Abitibi Mill in Pine Falls, Manitoba. That was really the creation of who we are. We quickly grew to become a dominant player for Abitibi for all their mills throughout Canada, and that was something that we established back in the early 70s and continued all the way into the 2000s. The hauling of newsprint from Pine Falls, Manitoba was done under an environment called regulation, and that meant you were restricted as to where trucks could go. During this time period, which went into the end of the 80s, Bison Transport grew to about 85 tractors with trailers on the road hauling dominantly newsprint. Deregulation came and everything changed. The whole world looked different because now trucking companies could go wherever they wanted. John Martin was Director of Operations at the time and helped lead us through a time of continued growth which has not stopped since then. The growth included Peter Jessamine, Duncan's son, going out on marketing trips and talking to a new company to Canada called Walmart. Yes, Canada was the first time Walmart left the United States, and Walmart started to grow in Canada. Peter was determined that we should be a dominant player and partner with Walmart during their growth, and we continue to do that to this day. Our business has come a long way in technology. If you think of when we started, Bison Transport could only really speak to their customers via telephone. Well, that's changed now to where our customers contact us through email, through texting, over our applications on the internet, and we have an interactive relationship with our customers. Our tractors have changed dramatically and now filled with technology for safety and for being able to manage our business better. It includes our ability to gather data, then take it back to the office, use that data, and make better decisions for our drivers and for our customers. It's very much a changing time in the world of transportation, and we couldn't do it without all the technology that we deploy each and every day. As we have evolved through our various modes of logistics and transportation services to our customers, we've moved away from paper. We have many cornerstone clients that we deal with, all of which are relying on us to provide our service on time and safely. Speaking of safety, that has become a cornerstone of who Bison Transport is identified with throughout our industry. Our safety program has evolved from people saying safety is important and we will create a focus on it, we will create an investment in it, and we will create a program that evolves with the times. Our safety program of 2019 looks very different than our safety program of 2009. And what that is our professional drivers, our training staff, and everyone saying, what does it take to stay at the forefront of safety? We are dependent on our drivers each day, each mile, both the mile they just drove and the mile they're about to drive, to do everything they can to be safe. This includes them taking actions sometimes called the right to decide, which means they know best, not a dispatcher or somebody in the office, as to when that vehicle should continue to move. We rely on our technicians in our shop who have to safely look after our equipment. We have to rely on our dispatchers and all people in operations to be sensitive to the needs of our drivers to say this is the right thing to do at this time. So safety isn't something that just happens because of one thing or another. It is something we have to do continuously, every day, every mile, and for that I am proud to say we are North America's safest trucking fleet, and I want to thank all of our team members for making that happen. It's an accomplishment you have each contributed to making. Bison Transport is very proud of the awards that we collectively as a team have received over time. These awards are from the industry, these awards are from our customers, as well as our suppliers. We are proud of them, not that we try to earn awards, but we are proud that people from the outside look at what we do and say that's an award-winning business based on just doing what we think is the right thing. When Duncan started Bison Transport, he wanted a company that reflected who he was. So when you define the culture of Bison Transport, in many ways it's a definition of Duncan Jesseman. Duncan was professional in everything that he did. Duncan was respectful, and Duncan cared. That's funny, it almost sounds like who we are today. In fact, it does sound like who we are today. We are now spread out throughout Canada and also with our subsidiaries in the United States. And that growth has happened because as we supply our customers with transportation solutions, we have had to be available in different areas. That growth has meant we have had to extend our culture not just from one small office, but to many different facilities, so that those three standards of Duncan, professionalism, respect, and caring, are reflected in each of those locations consistently, day in and day out. As you can see, we've come a long way. I've been proudly associated with the company for over 30 years and with the Jesseman family as they lead the business. I proudly can say that we are continuing to grow. Some might even say 50 is the new 30. Well, what I can say is we're not standing still. We are continuing to look for ways to grow who we are as a business, both in acquisitions, technologies, and ways to satisfy our customers with new transportation solutions for their business. It's a changing world. Things don't look the same as they did 10 years ago or even 50 years ago, as we all know. And what does 10 years from now look like? Well, we will be healthy, growing, more diversified, but there's one constant throughout the growth, both from day one all the way to 10 years from now, and that's our people. We want to hire and work together with the very best people in the transportation industry, and that's been characterized by you. Thank you for your contributions to our business. Congratulations on being here to celebrate our 50 years with us. We are excited at what the future has to hold for all of us.
Thank you all for being part of this amazing journey. We have a lot to be proud of today. I can honestly say that not a day goes by that I don't feel so proud of the business that we've built together. Here's to another great half century. Thank you.